this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, as you know, the Nigerian First Lady has been trending for the last few days because of her comments about American celebrities, Meghan, Markle, and people who don't know where they come from. So naturally, Black Americans have taken issue with some of that. So I had a few things I wanted to say about her comments. And so some Nigerians came on my channel jumping all over me, telling me I need to learn about Nigeria because her words were taken out of context and she didn't say anything about Black Americans. Well, she didn't have to. When she said the Nigerian women, I guess she's talking about the ones in America, know where they came from, but they don't know where they came from. She's talking about Black Americans. That's something they throw at us, trying to be cute and intentionally insulting. So we know what time it is. So you throw rocks in my garden, then I have the right to throw rocks right back in yours. So I had to call things like I saw them. On top of that, there are a couple of Black American content creators who played the actual speech. So it wasn't anything about a language barrier. She was very clear in what she said. We did not need an interpreter or a translator to know what she said. So now people are throwing things back at her, and then some of the Nigerians are getting defensive, although in order for us to get that speech in the first place, Nigerians had to release that. So there's that. Just like when that Ethiopian president came for Black Americans talking about us for who knows why, Ethiopians released that tape. We're not over there. We're not privy to their private conversations. So they had to release that. So Nigerians released that. Maybe it was the British, I don't know who, some of their friends. Even if they were British, it was somebody they call themselves friends with, because Black Americans didn't release that to the public. So anyway, I appreciate it, especially if some Nigerians put it out there, because everybody needs to know what folks are saying about them. That way you can deal with them better. So anyway, I'm going to share some of the comments that I got from that video, including comments from Nigerians. But first, I want to show you a clip of dry humor from Black Americans. This is a 93-year-old grandmother talking to her granddaughter about losing weight.
Effect on your heart.
So I need to lose a few pounds?
Yeah,
How many?
a little bit.
How many you think?
How many pounds?
Yeah.
Well, just don't try to drop it all at one time. You lose maybe, y'all want some pepper and candy?
You trying to feed me sweets, but you want me to lose weight?
No, that's a little bit of sweet ain't gonna hurt you, because you don't eat more than that.
She's eating you ugly.
You had more than that.
Okay, so let's get into this Nigerian mess. First of all, Nigerians, I do not dislike Nigerians. I really don't. And I do make content about Nigerians when y'all are trending, when you're saying things that we consider out of pocket, or if it's just something that's interesting. So yes, I talk about Nigerians, and I will continue to talk about Nigerians when you're trending. That doesn't mean I don't like you just because I share a point of view. Y'all say all kinds of things about Black Americans. The rudeness with which some of y'all come on my channel is really astounding, for you to not want anybody to say anything back to you. But that's the way it goes, especially in America. There's a saying in America: if you live in a glass house, don't throw no stones. Because if you throw a stone out of that glass house, somebody's throwing one right back in there at you. That is a metaphorical expression warning you not to criticize other people's faults when you have faults yourself. Because if you have faults, somebody knows. And if somebody knows, somebody's going to tell, just like they did on you. So yes, I'm going to talk about Nigerians when you're trending, especially if you're trending about something to do with Black Americans. So, and this did. This did. Y'all can deny it all you want to, that she picked right up on what Nigerians say about Black Americans. But I'm going to share some of the comments that I got from people who had something to say about her and what she said. At Dimitri Welling 1348 said in response, sounds like misplaced fake outrage. Some Nigerian women face a lot of sexism and abuse and are blocked from education and other resources due to being female. She needs to focus on that. It is one thing to address protecting in the entertainment industry, but she is making a blanket statement and she does not speak for many Nigerian people. Well, I'm pretty sure that's true. At Godfrey YV says she should be talking about all corrupt politicians in those African countries instead of talking about the way Black Americans dress. This is the problem of the countries, is people like her. At I Yell a Lot, BB4BQ says her daughters are models in the U.S. and some of their pictures are half nude. Well, that could be who she's talking about. Several people mentioned that she's got daughters over here, and at least one of them is posting maybe inappropriate pictures on Instagram. But, she should be talking to her daughters, not dragging Black Americans in it, because her daughters are doing what they want to do. At Hodgmoss said, Lady Boulay, I feel you have been a bit tame in this video. You could have mentioned unwarranted narcissistic abuse, colorism, classism, ethnic hatred, just to name a few, an otherwise harmless take on idiocy. Boy, that was cruel. At One Love, J3296 said, the people of her country are hungry and she does not contribute in any way. She's trying to show UK that she wasn't aware of Meghan's visit to Nigeria because of the corrupt politics she and her husband are involved with the UK. She does not want to be removed from borrowing from the UK. Well, corruption has come up quite a bit in this conversation. An active observer, 1150 said, when did she specifically mention Black Americans? You have to understand context before making a whole video on faux outrage. Well, fortunately, we were able to see the video where she was speaking. And when she said, they don't know where they came from, or they don't know where they come from, that's what's called a dog whistle in American politics. It means you didn't actually call anybody's name, but you gave the description of the people, or you referenced something negative that's been used about those people. So no, you didn't say Black Americans, she said Americans, and then she went on to say they don't know where they came from. So that was the dog whistle, and we got it. So you can miss me with the BS. At user, somebody who doesn't want to be identified said, the Nigerian military is extremely powerful, and so are the kings who conferred the princess title on Princess Meghan. Yeah, I think we figured that one out. They came in and ran the whole show, and the first lady was nowhere to be seen, so she shows up after they leave, which is very suspect. At Millard 5615 said, shouldn't this woman be more concerned with making sure the people over there have electricity and other services the people can afford? At this point, I hope the Nigerians listen to her. She doesn't want them to follow the ways of American celebrities. Yet all their actors come here to blow up and to play Black American historical figures. Their musicians come here trying to cross over as well. If we're so beneath you, stay from over here. Well, That's what a black American had to say. At Lazinga991 said, "This is absolutely false," talking about what I said. She was telling certain young Nigerians not to copy certain African American celebrities who rip themselves instead of continuing to follow customs and traditions, as well as taking an example from Meghan Markle, who came to Nigeria to learn the traditions as well as the uses and customs of Nigeria. Nigerians do not appreciate what is said about their First Lady, and Nigerian English would be special. No, her English was clear, and she didn't say all of that you're saying. If she had put it that way, as if they needed to learn from Nigeria, well, I mean, excuse me, but it would seem to me that Nigerians wouldn't be following black Americans, since they say black Americans don't have culture. So you're just trying to clean up what she said, but she said what she said, and it was clear what she said. At Sheppy Hat 5464 said, "Lady Boulay, Nigeria's First Lady, was not attacking black America. First off, Meghan Markle identified as Caucasian, not black. You are fighting the wrong fight. Meghan Markle was improperly dressed for official functions. Meghan and Harry were doing the usual grifting. What freedom does Harry need from his royal family? Lady Boulay is clueless and making no sense. Why would you defend her? Absolute tosh. This doesn't sound like a Nigerian to me. It sounds like one of those angry Brits. But it might be a Nigerian, but I don't believe so. I don't know how Meghan Markle identified. All I've ever heard her say was that she was mixed. Secondly, Harry wanted from over there because he didn't have the freedom to be the person that he wanted to be. He didn't want to walk behind William for the rest of his life. That's what it seems like. So you need to read his book, Spare. It'll tell you why he wanted to leave. He said he wanted to protect his family. I don't care why he left. I just believe he wanted out. Just because you think he should have wanted to be in that family doesn't mean that he wanted to be in it. Otherwise, he would have stayed there. And you British people say they're grifting, but they're invited to these places. They're no more grifting than Charles and William and Kate and Camilla. I mean, they're going where they're invited. Jamaica invited them. Nigeria invited them. Ghana has invited them. That's not grifting when you're invited. It's grifting when you are forcing yourself, imposing on other people. And then as far as her not being properly dressed, I really can't make that call. But I know that Meghan and Harry went to a schoolroom, and I really was happy to see those beautiful children. But if the Queen and Kate had gone in that classroom, they would have had on high heels and a suit and a hat. And those little children would have been standing up stiff, bowing and curtsying to them like they were somebody important. Meghan and Harry jumped in and started playing whatever game the children were playing. The children liked it and the teachers liked it. Now, I think that, she should coordinate with the Nigerian people to make sure that her wardrobe is appropriate. But going to a school or a library or out in the public talking to people is not considered a formal event in most countries. So you might be the one that's off the bat. And as far as me defending Meghan, the other day people were saying I hated Meghan and attacked Meghan. I don't see the evil ogre in Meghan Markle that the British people see. When you read the social media posts that they make, you would think that Meghan Markle was born out of her mother's womb with 6 horns on her head. So I would never agree with anything those British people over there say about Meghan. If you think that's defending her, then I'm defending her. So last but not least, at Charity for Bara 2340 says, "That's not true. Our traditional attires are mostly off shoulders and belly revealing." Thank you, Charity. So these are some of the responses I got from the video about the First Lady of Nigeria, and many of these comments came from Nigerians. I want to thank you for commenting. Some of them did not agree with the video, some did. Some didn't think I went far enough in criticizing Nigeria. But I wasn't going to go after the Nigerian people because they didn't make the speech. But anyway, that's what's being said. That's what's on the World Wide Web. So we will see what she says next, since she has so much to say. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And as always, have a great day.